Oh boy, he doesn't look too fucking happy. Will I be? Let's go down to find out. Okay, here's the box. Your Def Mods Def Tank 37 is going to come in. I was questioning who Burton was. Like, who's Burton Designs? And shout out to Rissa, because Rissa is a big fan of Def Tanks and Def Mods in general. And she loves this stuff, and she was able to tell me who is who and who does what. So yeah, this man's just the creative artwork behind the company, I believe. That's what I've been told. So thank you very much, Rissa. It's very nice little box. And that is a big chunky tank. That is a big chunky tank. Just gonna lift that up. Def Tank on the bottom there. That's nice. That is nice. Serialized too. And you've got one of those quick release decks. O-ring coming up there. There's a look at that deck. That is huge. Now, if you've been keeping up with my videos, you know that I've been using a lot of stuff like this lately, but this airflow's got me fucking baffled. This is ridiculous. I don't know if I'm really doing it justice. Can you see that? Like, that is mental. That is a lot of airflow. So, yeah. We do have some 4.5mm coils. I was sent some coils with this, but I do want to use some Wizard Crew coils. We do have Mr. Tyrone Edwards. He's whipped some stuff up here, and we're gonna try and throw them in. I think. See what they ohm in at. It's nice machining. I don't know how I feel about that. There, it's on. Alright. Don't know how I feel about that quick release. Might just be the O-ring needs a bit of lubing. But she's a bit stiff to get on and off, I think. But that top cap, oh, that top cap reminds me of this. Remember in the review for the EG, I just went mental and I just kept flicking it on and off and off. I loved it. This is the same thing. Same thing. Same thing. That, however, is fucking stupid. What the fuck? How do you build a tank like that? 37mm tank, and not put a fucking giant kidney holes on it? Are you joking me? Wow, that is stupid. Oh my god. In comparison, let's look at a Voltrove here, 35. There's your inlets. Let's look at the EG. Huge. Titan. Huge. So how on earth do you put a little tiny fucking fill port like that on this tank? That's fucking stupid. But, anywho, airflow's nice. Nice and tolerable. Alright, let's, oh. Yeah, now it's spinning on me. Come on. There it goes. Need to juice up that O-ring. I don't like that release. It's nowhere near as good as a couple of others that I've experienced. Alright. Let's get some coils in here. Okay. That's the placement we've gone with. It was a little bit tricky. As you can see, I've bent the shit out of those leads and gave them a real good pull up. And yeah, look, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's get some colour and cotton into them. Only one cotton for an occasion like this. They dry fired in quite nicely. Let's get the canner in there. Canner. Have to work it a little bit because, yeah, it's some fun stuff to play with. But it's a very fluffy cotton. Wicks super great and is really good for you know, high powered builds. It rocks. It really does. If you haven't tried it, definitely try it. I use tons of different cottons you guys have seen on camera over the years, but this stuff definitely up there in probably my top 3 cottons of all time for sure. Great fucking cotton. I'm gonna go about there. Nice little tension there. Nice. We'll go right about there. Let's find our squizzers. Now, as far as cutting this, there we go, right about there. And I reckon we're going to tuck the living shit out of this. We're going to pack quite a bit into here, I think. But at the same time, we do want it to breathe. And that's where just a quick little comb will do the trick. Just like that. And then the same on the other side. This side doesn't look like it needs as much. Maybe this bit does. Just make sure that cotton's all moving the same way and there's no knots or anything in there. You can even it out further if you feel like you've left a bit more on the other side. I reckon we've fallen just about perfect. Right about there. Plenty of room in there still. All of that can breathe, but there's tons of cotton. That's what we want. That's all filled nicely, but nice and fluffy. I like that. Good job, Preach. Who said I can't wick? Who out there says I can't wick, eh? Go fuck yourselves. You'd hope I know how to wick. I love RTAs. Maybe I just don't know how to use them. Let me know in the comments below. Do I know how to use my RTAs? This is beautiful. Look at that. That is a thing of beauty, that. Let's get some juice on it. I'm going to use some of this. This is my left side down. This is a beautiful pineapple cream soda. We've ohmed in at a 0.52 by the looks of it. 0.52. They're monstrous coils, aren't they? Oh, and of course I overdid it, because I always do. And see, that's why you leave all of this laying around. Because you can just clean up with it. Hey, free rag. Someone said the other day I need a rag out here. I was like, yeah, that'd be a great idea. I usually do have one. There's one here. Like, I do have them laying around. Whether or not I actually pick them up's a whole other story. We're not running it on this mod anyway, but just get some of that juice out of the way. Alright, got a 0.52 Tyrone Edwards coils. There we go, in place. It's really, really stiff to push into that place before you can go left. Like it comes up fine. Like that's fine, but finding it just doesn't. You know, it's probably just the O-ring. That's an O-ring issue, but that's all right. And now, see, here's the issue we're going to face. Is how do I fill this thing? I literally, I have to just hold it there and let it fall in. Because if I sort of, oh no, I can give it a bit. That's all right. Cool. All right. So, look, I don't like it. Because, you know, if I get carried away or get cocky, it will pull up. But I guess if I go slow, I can still use these bottles. I'm trying to swap these bottles out already. I've been using them for donkeys, and I've got to swap them out. It's because they're just not working, clearly. But there we go. See how that wicking holds up, hey? Those threads are beautiful on that top cap. They're fucking beautiful. So were the screws in the deck. Very nicely done. Bit tricky to sort of get the leads right. Like you saw, I had to bend the shit out of them, bring them up. But yeah. It's a tall tank. Like I said, compare it to the other ones that I just had here before. You got the Trove EG. So it's a big boy. But the Def looks even bigger. And then the 35 V3. You know, it looks significantly larger than that as well. I guess, yeah, somewhere in the middle there, that 37. But it's a tall bastard. Now we're going to actually run her on the lipo there, because a 0.5 is going to need a little bit of power. So let's put her on top of this, and then we'll go up and we'll take my first hit on a Def mod. Now, a Def tank. Now, I've been wanting to try the 30 for a long time, but then this come out and I thought, oh, that'd look great on the on this, wouldn't it? And lo and behold, she does look pretty damn good. Look at that fucking airflow. That's got to be a joke. I thought these Voltrovs had a lot of airflow. This is stupid. We'll see how it vapes. I'm in a 0.5 on here. Start down at that 9.5 volt mark. And you can see here in your window as you turn, juice flow off. Oh, don't unscrew it from your mod. Juice flow open. That's where you want that. Sounds fucking rowdy, Ty. Very rowdy. Let's go up. Let's talk about it. Alright, we're back on top with the Def tank. 37mm Def tank. And Tyrone's coils went in there. They weren't easy though. 9.5 volts. The screws are nice. I like how the airflow on the sides is done. But positioning those coils and how you have to fucking bend the legs and hope to bring them back around without touching the deck, and you still want to fill the chamber, so you got to go a big coil, and you can't make your coils touch. You know, you got to keep them away from one another, and you still got to bend them up. You fucking have. You saw what I had to do with the legs there. They're like that and then cocked. I'm not the biggest fan of the deck. That's 9.5 volts. Let's up that. The build came out to a 0.4, by the way, guys. 1, 2, 3. We're doing 260 watts at 11.5. Let's have a little listen. That's feisty. Look, I've been using this now for, what, 2 days. I really wanted to get a good feel for it, and it's made me put the EG down. But what I want to compare here is that I think they both have similar airflow, very similar airflow. I thought that this had more originally, and I think maybe slightly, but it's an illusion. You dropped closer to the coils on the EG, which is why you're getting better flavor, I think, too, from the EG. Whether this is more narrow, and you can feel that as well. Not to say this is really turbulent, but definitely would be in comparison to that. It's a much smoother draw on the Voltros. But this is a fuck ton of airflow. And look, the flavor's still really, really good. It's definitely on par with something like the EG. I'd suggest you try both for sure. I can just get my lips around this drip tip, not as obnoxious as the one that came in the other big tank. Look, the end result vapes incredibly. Like, it vapes really, really fucking well. Can I have a sip of coffee? Cheers for sitting with me. My pretty little coaster. Shout out to Tony. Thank you very much for that. So look, Rissa has used these for a long time. I know my boy Trent loves his defs. And look, I know nothing about the company. I know nothing about these tanks. Never used them. Look, it's a bit of a fiddly deck. If you're going to compare it to any of the other big boys that I've done, definitely a fiddlier deck. Something you got to take your time with and get the positioning of the coils right and shit. I managed to wick it correctly too. Look, 2 days. I mean, you might see a bit, but that's probably just from, you know, usage and purging and whatnot. But I did pretty fucking well, I think. And those airports are so big that look, I'll go up to 12. Go 12 volts, and it's still pretty easy, guys. That's not a bullshit hit. That was a full hit at 12 volts, easy. And that's, you know, nearing that 300 mark. We'll get 300 here, I think, at 12.6. We're at 312. Have a listen. And this is a juice guzzler, by the way. The end game does not go through nearly as much fucking juice as this does. Not even my 35 would go through nearly as much juice as this does. This just fucking, you're drinking your juice. But I do think that this is the perfect pair for my Lucy. If you've got a lipo out there like mine, it will take this perfectly flush. The EG sort of overhangs, and I was running Steam Crave on it before that, and it's slightly overhung, but this sits beautifully. I don't mind the little face. I've come to like the little screaming bugger. I'm not usually a fan of it. I wish they black most of that sort of stuff out, but I don't mind that little screaming face. It looks incredible on here. Tyrone's coils are obviously fucking making up the difference. But who thought I'd be sitting here vaping 312 watts like it's fucking nothing? And my God, is my juice coming good in that. That's my sticky biscuit. Still a work, but it's coming through great. Look, all in all, the build quality is fucking beautiful. The threading on everything, the screws, the top cap. The drip tip is not as obnoxious as it could have been, so I'm thankful for that. The airflow is buttery smooth, like butter. Like I can butter. Look, just fucking lovely. I love that. Even the juice flow on and off is just a cinch. It spins beautifully. So all the tolerances are beautiful. The machining's done great. This top cap, just like fucking the other one I loved. And all in all, like, I really can't fault a lot of it except for that deck. It is very fiddly. I didn't show you necessarily the process of me building it. It would have taken forever, and I already dragged this on long enough. But in comparison to everything else, this is very, very annoying. But you fiddle with it. You're happy to fiddle with it. The end result is right up there with them. Very much on par. Look, I don't even know how to rate this. I believe I rated the others, so I'm happy to go sort of in that same block, you know, and at 8.5. It's going to be that very niche market, even a 9 maybe, you know. I'd definitely like to see a tweak on this deck. I'm not going to say anything more there, but yeah, this is great. This is definitely on par with the Voltrove Endgame. If you haven't seen my Voltrove Endgame review, please go below. Go check out the Endgame. Incredible. Love it. Love it. Shout out to Tony P for getting this out to me. Thank you very much, mate. Looks a treat on here. Hope you all have had a great Halloween. And remember, keep on vaping, keep on preaching. And I'll see you for the next one.